And now we end my Spider-Man reviewing spree with the most hated Spider-Man movie. That for some reason I don't understand why. But does that mean I liked it? Okay, so rather than I'm not gonna say what the plot is because I want to get into what I want to talk about is why the hatred. Why do so many people hate this movie? But I'll admit, after seeing it again since its theatrical re-release, I don't like it as much. But let's go into why people hate this thing. It seems like that Sony and Sam Raimi had a bunch of ideas here, and they just decided to mash them up into this one movie because it is really a mess at times. I just don't see the point in having certain characters in this movie. I don't see the point of having the Sandman in it. I don't see the point of having Gwen Stacy be in it. I don't see the point of having Harry have temporary amnesia, only for him to regain his consciousness later on. If all those things were out of the movie, more time would have been devoted to Venom and having him be in the movie longer than the short screen time that he has. Because when they say that Sony threw Venom in at the last minute, I believe it, because like all the other fans, I was so excited to see Venom in this movie and so disappointed to see that he wasn't in that long. So yeah, that's the biggest problem I have with the movie, outside of that fucking dance scene and emo Peter. And while it was good to see Venom in the movie at all, especially since the reboot is out now, the 90s cartoon did that storyline with the symbiote, and they did it really well. Venom was in it for a long period of time, and it was actually well done, unlike this movie. I mean, yeah, it was corny, but at least it was better than what we got in this movie. And then, of course, as I mentioned, there's emo Peter and that dance scene in the bar, which, thanks to Twilight, that just emo Peter just became a whole lot worse. And and that dance scene was probably one of the most pointless scenes I've seen in a movie that was not directed by Michael Bay. I mean, aside from those factors, I really don't see anything to hate about this movie. I mean, the action's still really cool. There are some genuine moments of drama at points, and the actors still are good. Special effects kind of get downgraded though, but they're still better than Spider-Man 1. But the hatred for this movie really confuses me, especially when stuff like Fantastic Four, Daredevil, and X-Men Origins Wolverine exist. But again, when compared to stuff like Iron Man, Dark Knight, and the Avengers, it is a bad movie by comparison. So I guess in the end, I'll give it a 3-star rating. It was almost 2.5 stars, but those few drama moments, they bump it up half a star. And I really do think this movie's been treated unfairly. I mean, it could be worse. We could have giant sand testicles underneath the Sandman, like Devastator in Transformers 2. And we could have just random characters that aren't the main focus, that draw the focus away from Spider-Man, but we don't. So my theory is, as long as Transformers 2 and Twilight exist, the other movies that people say are the absolute worst are masterpieces compared to those. Before I take off, I just want to briefly say that,
Penis!
well, that too, that my roommate and a friend of ours were watching That 70s Show, which ironically had Topher Grace, who played Venom in Spider-Man 3. And with that, I'll be transferring from Spider-Man to Batman next week when I review the Dark Knight trilogy. So, see you guys.